Checking, checking, 1, 2, 3. Checking, checking, 1, 2. They say try and post something every time you open up the Hey y'all, thanks for clicking on another one of my videos. As you know, it is Black History Month, so with that being said, I picked through all of my makeup products and pulled out all of my Black owned products, and we're going to do a full face with those products today. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do right now is highlight under my brows. I don't really have to fill them in because I tinted them 2 days ago. So the concealer I have to use that is Black owned is from Black Radiance. I do not know what shade this is, honestly. It does not say it on here. So I cannot even tell you guys what shade it is, but it's almost out. This is actually one of my favorite concealers. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a brush so we can highlight under our brows. I'm going to use this as a primer on my lids as well. Alright, let me grab a concealer brush to blend it out. Alright, so let me go ahead and add some more on my actual lids now. Okay, now that our brows and eyelids are done, I'm still practicing doing my eyeshadow after my face. So let's go ahead and get into the face. So for the face, I'm going to start with my Vanessa Myritz Yummy Skin in the shade 10. I'm going to use this as my primer as well as foundation. Let me just grab my foundation brush.
Alright, now that my balm is spread out evenly, the next step I'm going to do is go ahead and bronze. And I'm going to be bronzing with, matter of fact, let me leave this right here just in case. I'm going to be bronzing with my Juvia's Place bronzer in the shade Mahogany. Alright, let's go ahead and blend this out. Let me just grab my nose brush. Okay. Alright, so let's blend our bronzer out. A lot of times, you're gonna see me just tapping my product into my skin instead of brushing it in. I just feel like it gives a better airbrush look when I'm just tapping it in instead of brushing it in. I'm going to be wearing this headband, so I don't really need to do much on my forehead because my forehead is barely showing. So let's go ahead and blend out our nose. Alright, now the next step we're going to do is going with some blush. The blush that I have that I'm going to use first is a cream blush from Juvia's Place, and this is Very Berry. Oh, I'm showing you guys the top. Let me show you guys the shade. The shade is called Very Berry. The first layer of blush is going to be this cream layer, and I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. It's very bright. Not bright, but very rich. But that's okay, because we're going to do our concealer next. Let's just add a little bit to our nose. Alright, let's close this up. And we're going to leave our blush brush to the side so we can use this to tap back in. Alright, the next thing we're going to do after our blush is go back into our concealer from Black Radiance. And we're going to conceal all the areas we want highlighted. Alright, before we blend that out, we're going to fan it a little bit. Here's my fan. Just so it can dry down a little faster. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and start blending out my concealer. Okay, after I blend out my concealer with my brush, I'm going to go in with a puff. There's no product on this. I'm just fading it into my blush. Okay, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more concealer just to have a little bit more coverage. Alright, let me just fix my bronzer on my nose. Alright, now for my powder bronzer, I'm gonna go with Juvia's Place in the shade Dark Dark. I am gonna go ahead and use the bottom half because the top half fell out. So we're just gonna go over our bronzer with some powder. So we're basically setting our bronzer. Any cream or liquid that you use is best to set it with a powder. And then as for the blush, we're going to go ahead with our Juvia's Place Volume 1. And we are going to use the top shade. I'm going to grab a different brush. And we're going to go right on top of the cream. And for my concealer, I do not have a black owned setting powder, so I'm just gonna go in with the Beauty Bar pressed powder in the shade Bronze Beauty, and I'm just gonna use this to set my concealer. And I'm also pressing this in. I'm pushing it into my concealer. I'm gonna draw a line under my bronzer over here just to give it a little cut. And the same on the other side. So I'm gonna blend everything all together using my foundation brush. I'm not putting any extra foundation on this brush. I'm just gonna use it to blend everything together. This way I don't have any harsh lines. Alright guys, so now that my face is 80% completed, we're going to go ahead and jump into our eyeshadow. And you guys already can tell what my favorite black owned product is. So I'm going to go dabble into 3 different eyeshadows, and all 3 of them are from Juvia's Place. So the first palette I'm going to go in for my neutral shade will be the Coffee Shop. Let me go ahead and grab a brush. This is going to be my first shade. Therefore, this is my transition shade. This is going to be the shade I blend everything else into. Alright, the next shade I'm going to go in with, the next color I'm going to go in with, it's going to be for my Warriors 3 palette. And I think it's going to be, let me see, which one. I think I'm gonna go on with this purple. Let me get another palette. I'm gonna blend this purple basically into my crease and not so into my crease. You get what I'm talking about? Like, I'm focusing on my crease, but I'm allowing some of it to go on top. And right here, I am not brushing, I am tapping it in. The first shade I brushed in circular motions. This shade, I'm just tapping it in. Alright, and for the third palette, which is Warriors 2, I'm going to go in with this black just to add some shadow at the end. I'm going to grab a small eyeshadow brush because I'm not going to do too much. And I'm just going to tap a little bit of that black in the corner, like so. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick up that purple brush that I was using earlier. I'm not going to dab into any more product, but I'm going to use this to fade out that black. Okay, now for the inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and use my Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer just to scope out the inner corner of my eyes to give it more brighter, because I'm going to go in with a silver. So let me go ahead and grab a small angle brush, and I'm going to squeeze some of this onto my palette. And I'm going to tap in let me use my finger. And I'm going to do the next side. Alright, we're going to let that dry down for a little bit because it's super wet. think I changed my mind. I'm not going to use the silver inside this palette, and I think I'm going to use this berry shade out of the berry palette. I think I'm going to go on with this dark glitter shade right here. So let's go ahead and attempt to pack it on. I'm just tapping. Okay, let's press the next into the next one. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with the same purple that I used before and just blend out the end, just so it looks like it's fading into each other. Alright, y'all. Okay, so now that I finished my eyeshadow, I'm gonna go in with a liner. The only black owned liner I have is in the shade blue. Midnight Blue from Juvia's Place. I don't know if this is gonna throw off the whole look, but we're gonna give it a try, okay? So we're going in with some Midnight Blue eyeliner to do our waterline. Maybe I should do the ends, just the end, and do the inside, the pink. I'll bring the pink down. So I'll go halfway with the blue, and then I'll bring the pink shade right here. And I'll do the same on the other side. I'll go halfway in with the blue. And I'll pick up that pink. And I'll bring it in like that. Alright, now let's go ahead with our mascara. The mascara that I had at half is my Fenty, but I have to find it. Alright, there goes my Fenty mascara. We're gonna use this. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of the mascara on my false lashes. Alright, now we're gonna add some highlighter, and the highlighter that I have is Fenty Beauty as well, and this is Rose Rave. But the problem is that I dropped this so many times that it's screaming at me when I open it. Pieces are falling out when I open it, so I have to be careful. Y'all see what I mean? She been with me everywhere. Alright, let's grab a small little brush. I'm gonna put some highlighter on the tip of my nose, like so. Then I'm gonna use the top to do the bridge of my nose, like so. And then I do like to go on the high point of my cheeks. Just to be extra, I'm gonna add some to my brow bone. Okay, she is all done. Oh, we have to do our lips. What are we gonna do with our lips? I have a brown from Fenty, a matte brown. I don't know how that's gonna look. Maybe I'll do the outer. Sorry, did I tell you the shade? This is Fenty Breadwinner. So since I don't have a lighter shade, well, the other shades that I have in Fenty are red, I'm gonna go ahead and put maybe some concealer in the middle of my lips first, and then I'll add a gloss or something. And this is the same concealer from Black Radiance. I tell you, I'm almost done. I feel like the lip messed up my look. Should I did red? Let's take the ears out of my headband. Let's let our hair down. And we'll see what it's giving. I don't really like my lips. Let me see what I should do. Let me get a tissue. I'm just going with some lip oil from Juvia's Place. This is blueberry lip oil. And I'll just leave my lips like this. Alright, y'all, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I honestly see that I definitely need some more Black-owned products because I do not have Black-owned product in setting powder. I don't have any in setting spray. I don't have any eyeliner. I don't have any in lipstick. Actually, I do. I have Fenty. No. I do have Fenty lipstick, but it's only in red and brown, so I need more colors in that. I need more concealer that's Black owned because I have like 8 different concealers sitting in front of me and only one of them is Black owned, so I need to do better. But anywho, this is definitely a look that I can do again. I love all of my Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes. I have a lot of them. I have a lot of blush and bronzer palette from Juvia's Place. I am Juvia's Place down, even down to my lip oil that I'm about to go through this in my purse because I didn't realize I left it inside of this drawer. But anywho, this is gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys consider subscribing after watching this video. I am going to try to do another Black owned video when I buy or purchase much more, and I'm gonna try to redo this again. But this is what the look is giving with what products that I do have at the moment. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.